Hello and welcome back to another Katz Co video. So today I'm going to talk about Bitcoin Maxis. Now, you might not expect it, but our little rock in the Irish Sea, the Isle of Man, I think we could well have the highest concentration of Bitcoin Maxis per capita in Europe. And no, that's not just a boast. So let's have a look at why. Well, back in 2014, before most governments even knew what a blockchain was, the Isle of Man hosted something called the Crypto Valley Summit. And there were some pretty heavy hitters turned up, actually. Tether co founder Brock Pierce was there, and Max Keiser, too. Bitcoin at the time was trading around $500, and they were already talking about digital currency policy and tokenization and how small jurisdictions like the Isle of Man could lead the way. And even back then, you could buy a pint in the Thirsty Pigeon with your Bitcoin. Now, that was 11 years ago. So when people say here we were early, they actually are right. They really mean it. And the Isle of Man's whole system is really built on independence and low taxes. As we said before, there's no capital gains tax, we've got no inheritance tax, and we actually have a government that writes its own laws. So, if you're someone whose worldview is don't trust, verify, then this is a place that makes a lot of sense. You can hold your keys, you can run your node, and not worry about surprise tax bills. We don't see lots of Lamborghinis lined up outside local pubs in Douglas, but what we do see are quiet stackers, developers, accountants, engineers. People mainly move here for a quality of life, privacy, and the sovereignty. They're not tweeting when moon, they're updating firmware, they're running cold storage setups and teaching each other how to back up their seed phrases most effectively. It's conviction, not hype. And Bitcoiners talk a lot about self sovereignty. But you can't enjoy that if you're constantly looking over your shoulder. And the Isle of Man is one of the safest places in Europe. Reportedly, we have the third lowest crime rate in the world. Only Andorra and Luxembourg have it better. Children here walk to school, and you're surrounded by our lovely sea air, green glens, and a pace of life that gives you space to think. That's why so many tech founders and crypto families relocate here, not to show off, but to breathe. It's hard to build long-term freedom in a place that doesn't feel safe. And here we actually can. So, yes, if you measured Bitcoin maximalists per square mile, the Isle of Man, I think, would be right up there with El Salvador and Switzerland's Zug Valley, only with a little bit more rain and fewer volcanoes. So, if you'd like to know how to make the most of the island's tax and legal framework and how to move here for your own crypto life, then you can find more information about us at our website, which is catsand.co, or you can message us on WhatsApp to arrange a consultation. I've put details in the description below. I'm Martin Katz. Thank you for watching. And remember, in a world of paper promises, privacy isn't secrecy, it's freedom. And here on the Isle of Man, that freedom is our way of life. Thank you very much.